So what do you do?
It's a great question.
I get that question quite often, actually, which is very interesting to me. What about yourself?
I often get that question too, or it's very hard for people to understand.
Yeah, we both work in areas that are maybe not slightly the norm, even for our area. I'm Julie Turner.
I'm David Turnbull.
And I am a coach and a hypnotherapist, which most people think they understand what that means, or they don't need a coach, or they don't need hypnotherapy, whatever the case may be. But all of that stuff doesn't really matter, does it? Because what I'm doing is helping you get out of your way.
Yeah, that's excellent. And I'm a personal trainer, so most people just think that they get beat up.
He doesn't beat you up.
Yeah. And that's the hard one, I just basically empower you to use the skills that I teach you so that you can get happier and healthier, basically.
From your, with what you do, what's really interesting about the assumption that you're going to get beat up, I have worked with multiple different personal trainers in my life, but it's true, and as a coach, when I do work in the coach area, what I try and get people to understand is whatever your career is, whatever your job is, don't assume that your clients know how to do it and that they know what you do. So you're really good at that, I have to say, that he doesn't make it seem, you tell people how to do it without making it seem like being condescending, but also without making it confusing and like, how do I keep up with that? Yeah. Which is huge, because a lot of people, even if they've been working out for years, maybe they're not doing things right, but they don't want to be told they're wrong. They just, I find that you give that guidance that allows me as a client to correct myself or help you correct me without me being like, oh, I was doing that wrong. Yeah. I don't feel like I was wrong. I just feel like that I had guidance. So thank you for that. That's huge.
You're welcome. And it's all because it's tools that you should know how to do on your own. And if you overcomplicate in both our industries or anything,
right?
And maybe that was the old school way of doing things in both our industries and many industries. It's like, let's complicate things so that people feel that they have to be with us forever.
That is a really good point.
Yeah.
That is a really good point, actually. And for myself, I like to empower my clients, give them the tools. So absolutely, if somebody wants to check in with me after they've done a series of sessions, they want to check in with me every 6 months, make sure they're on track, that's great. But they're going to have the tools so that when something comes up, if it's reoccurring in their life, they'll now know how to deal with it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, because things come up for me too, so I get it. I need those tools to utilize myself, for sure.
And similar, I'm always working on improving myself as well.
Right.
So as we teach properly, then we can teach ourselves properly. So if we're phrasing it and saying it in a way that's caring, we're kind of nicer on ourselves, and then we pick it up faster.
Absolutely. So I think one of the biggest challenges for yourself, David, if I understand correctly, is that you do an online program, and that people don't understand the difference between an app that tells you what exercises to do that day and what you're doing.
Yeah, so that's the really hard part. So most people, when I suggest that we train people worldwide online because it's more economical, they're like, oh, I've done that, it doesn't work. And then I ask them what they've done. And I'm not saying any of these companies are bad, so I'm trying to not mention a name, but maybe let's think of a DVD that you used to put in and then follow it. Or an app that you just download from the App Store and it's like 10-minute ab workout. It's not one of those kind of things. It's kind of like a whole body thing. So it's more about engaging the correct muscles properly. And then it's kind of guided through a calendar system. So every single day of the week, I'll put something there. Maybe it's a meditation.
Right. It's almost like, I can't think of what those gyms are, but there's gyms that you go in and you follow that day's routine. And there's personal trainers to come around and correct you. So that's the extra bonus, is that you have the ability to do a Zoom call with David or one of the trainers that he has working on his team, so that if you're unsure if you're doing it correctly, you can actually real time ask that question, even though you're not in the gym with David.
Exactly. So then lots of people don't like to go to a big box gym, and I'm not saying there's anything wrong with the big box gym. That's just the things that people typically tell me. They feel intimidated, or they want to work out in their own gym in their own place.
Right.
Or when they're traveling at a hotel somewhere, they know they should be active, but they're like, I don't want to spend energy researching things and guessing.
Right. Yeah, exactly. And if I understand correctly, so I've seen the app, I've used the app, but I haven't used all of the apps. So do you have some things that maybe are more conducive to hotel and when you're traveling, that kind of thing?
Yeah, so if you let me know that you're traveling, I can switch it to a different program, or if you let me know at the very beginning that you're always traveling and you don't ever want to use a gym.
So it's pretty custom.
Yeah.
That's awesome. So again, with myself, everything I do is custom as well. So I don't have a recipe that I use. We do this much of this, and then this session is this. It's whatever my client needs, because people come with different reasons that they're getting in their own way. And that, in a nutshell, is what I do. I help you get out of your own way. We've all, through the years, developed these belief systems about ourselves and about the way the world runs. And a lot of the time, they're A, not true. B, even if they are true, they're not serving you, and you get to believe whatever you want to believe.
Yeah.
So let's make sure that they're actually supporting you.
Yeah, that makes sense. And in the talks that we had, it's like you're kind of your worst enemy. Right?
Oh, yeah.
So it's like, what are you constantly telling yourself?
That's right.
And why are you constantly telling yourself? So you basically help, again, like you said, in a simple, get out of your own way.
Yes, absolutely. So that's what I'm going to do, is I'm going to help you get out of your own way. And once you're out of your own way and you realize that you can be a superstar, you're going to need to go talk to David so you can look like a superstar and feel like a superstar. So I think that's about it. Yeah. Hopefully you guys know what we do now. If you want to reach out to either one of us, I'm Julie Turner, Julieturner.ca.
David Turnbull, Turnfit.ca.
And we look forward to hearing from you. Thank you so much.
Cheers.